Yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, what I want to show you is how you can save over thousands of dollars via MarTech technology that you really don't need or software that you don't need to ultimately just replicate the structure that we use for our own internal systems for your clients, if you're a DTC founder, for your in-house team, so that you can track day-to-day metrics to make better media buying decisions. So, with that being said, before I dive into the solutions and everything, my name is Chris Hernandez. I'm the founder of Express Media. We are essentially growth consultants that help D2C founders scale via an access channel. Could be TikTok, could be Meta. We focus on the creative elements to it. We also build out landing pages. We're basically a full stack growth consultant service that focuses on lowering the front end CAC. And on top of that, if your lifetime value does need to be improved, right, we have metrics, we have systems to do that for you, right? So without further ado, let's dive a bit into this, right? So this is the client strategy template in which I've made and pretty much built out this month for majority of our clients in the DTC space. So if I look at reporting, I mean, we have a TikTok monthly overview. This is going to calculate the amount spent, revenue, purchases, checkouts initiated, add to carts, cost per click, right, ROAS, whatever. This is all what we have set up in our own media buying accounts, in which I train all my media buyers to pretty much set up their metrics like this, where they can make analysis on the funnel by funnel process. Here we have the TikTok weekly overview of everything on a 7-day cycle. And then this is what our media buyers go over in regards to when it comes to shooting Loom videos. Here we have the week over week change, past 7 days, and then previous period. This allows us to keep track of what's happening in the ad account, when it's to be tweaked, what doesn't need to be tweaked. Here we have creatives in which we make sure our creative criteria makes sense and it aligns with best practices for the brand that is on brand. We have logos and variations of what's worked, what hasn't worked. Here we have another media buying kind of segments. Here we have landing pages that we ran, offers, media buying strategy. Lastly, like a bird's eye view, right? But the thing is, like, it doesn't matter what you use, right? You could use Triple Whale, you can use North Beam, but the problem is what I see is a lot of D2C founders use a bunch of useless technology, which I covered last video, right? You can literally optimize Google Sheets to fit what you need and your demands without paying $99 a month, not paying, like, you don't even have to pay $150 a month, right? All media buying is in e-commerce is calculating data, putting data in a spreadsheet, analyzing this data, making the next decision on what needs to be optimized, either front end on creatives or post click or offers, so on and so forth. And you know your numbers for at what point are you at break even for front end CAC, and at what point are you profitable at front end CAC, and then making decisions on a CPA basis, right? I see a lot of DTC founders, even agency owners, that don't know their numbers, right? Which is kind of startling, because if you're charging somebody a retainer and you don't know your numbers, and the business owner doesn't know their numbers, how the fuck can you scale, right? You really can't scale. So with that being said, that's pretty much how we built out Google Sheets. Literally, we pretty much went inside the TikTok ad account. We went inside Facebook ad account. On top of that, we went here. We pretty much looked at all the metrics, what's important, what needs to be integrated, and then that's how we pretty much built this out, right? And right now, me and my partner are working on a SaaS technology that can literally just implement Google Sheets and implement these data points onto a Google Sheet. That's so you have reference points across, let's say TikTok. You have reference points inside of your Google Sheet account. And then on top of that, you have reference points, what's Triple Whale saying as well, right? So this is how you organize everything. Because, for example, TikTok might tell you something, Triple Whale might tell you another number, third-party tracking might give you a whole different number, right? So all you need is something that gives you and defines what your new customer CPA is, what your MER is, and ultimately what the AOV is. And then that's all the metrics you need to make key decisions for media buying, right? So don't overcomplicate it. Make sure you have at least a template in place to track your numbers of what TikTok is saying, and on top of that, what third-party tracking is saying, so that you can compare it. Also, inside the TikTok in-app attribution, I believe you can set up reports that can split data points. But even when I look at the best agencies in the world, right, they have their own Google Sheets. They make adjustments based off what's in the ad account every 3 to 4 hours, right? So yeah, all in all, that's the structure. That's what you can replicate. Ideally, I would suggest that you keep tabs so that you can make documentation of what changes have been happening over the past 7 days. week by week. So that allows you to project and focus on what you need to fix within a 30-day window, 60-day window, and 90-day window for a brand, right? Helps if you're an agency owner, right? You're working with a D2C founder, right? They're paying you to increase results, and this allows you to track and organize what's already been tested before you got into the ad account, what you've been testing inside the ad account, what has worked, what hasn't, and then the future projections for what you do need to test as you manage the ad account 90 days after you close that client, right? And the same thing, if you're a D2C founder, you're managing an in-house team. This allows you to keep track of what's worked in the past, what hasn't worked in the past, what you need to build from, right? I've had conversations with these founders, and they tell me, look, Chris, like we worked with a bunch of agencies. They didn't even know, they didn't organize their testing. We didn't even learn anything from what they tested in the past, right? So with this segment, this allows you to keep organization on what literally you tested like last month, what has worked, what hasn't worked, what you need to build on from that, right? When you're able to do that, you're more cost effective with your money. And on top of that, you can make adjustments and you can see profitability faster because you're keeping tabs on everything and how everything else performed, right? You don't need this software like Motion. You don't need software like what's in some other useless. There's a couple other useless softwares, right? Because the thing is, all Motion and all these other softwares are showing you is just data points that is already inside the ad account, right? Maybe it just gives you a visual approach, but the thing is, all you need to do is keep tabs of what your click-through rate is, what's your video view rate, what's your video view rate at 50 seconds, video view rate 100 seconds or 100%, how many people are watching the video itself, and ultimately where's the drop-off, and what segments what part of the videos are drop-off, and what parts of other videos you're testing have high click-through rates, right? So that's the name of the game. Data tracking, building out everything you need inside your own Google Sheet instead of paying $100 for a SaaS. Yeah, hope you guys found this valuable, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.